24. While the fine art object is valued because it is unique, it is also valued because it can be reproduced for long blank. For example, Van Gogh's paintings have been reproduced endlessly on posters, postcards, coffee mugs, and t-shirts. Ordinary consumers can own a copy of the highly valued originals. Therefore, the value of the original results not only from its uniqueness, but from its being the source from which reproductions are made. The manufacturers who produce art reproductions and the consumers who purchase and display them give value to the work of art by making it available to many people as an item of popular culture. 25. There are some people who believe that no one should be trusted. They usually feel this way because their behavior compels others to lie to them. In other words, they make it difficult for others to tell them the truth because they respond rudely or emotionally to people who tell the truth. If others see how angry, hurt, or hateful you become when they tell you the truth, they will avoid telling it to you at all costs. If you are known as someone who is easily offended, you will never know what others are really thinking or feeling because they will long blank to escape from your negative reaction. If you demand that children tell you the truth and then punish them because it is not very satisfying, you teach them to lie to you to protect themselves. 26. One of the main principles I follow when I draw outside is long blank. I try to stay away from houses or barns that have unusual angles of the roof or objects that look incorrect in size, perspective, or design. If the subject is confusing when you look at it, it will be more confusing when you attempt to draw it. I know a beautiful barn where the corners are not at right angles. No matter how many times I have drawn it, the perspective does not look right. If I were to make an accurate drawing of this barn and put it in a show, I am sure I would get all kinds of criticism for my poor perspective. I would not be there to tell my critics that the barn is actually constructed this way. So I stay away from subjects that do not look right to me. 27. When faced with things that are too big to sense, we comprehend them by long blank. The first appearance of a shining star in a darkening evening sky can take you out into the universe. If you combine what you see with the twin facts that the star is merely one of the closest of the galaxy's 200 billion stars, and that its light began traveling decades ago. The smell of gasoline going into a car's tank during a refueling stop, when combined with the fact that each day nearly 1 billion gallons of crude oil are refined and used in the United States, can allow our imagination to spread outward into the vast global network of energy, trade, and politics.